All right, shalom, shalom, my brothers and sisters. Today's topic is going to be about the true Israelites, who are the real Jews, um, who are the chosen people and the chosen people of this Bible, who are God's children. And before I dive into this topic, I want to mention that a lot of people like to say that this book is a white man's book, or that this book was used to enslave our people, or how all this is a myth and it's not true. I'm here to tell you that this Bible is black history. I'm here to tell you that this book is black history, and it talks about a specific group of people. The whole Bible talks about one specific group of people that are God's people, that are His chosen people. These people are special amongst all nations. They're supposed to be the gods of this earth, you know. And I'm going to go through this topic, and I also want to mention that the so-called Jewish people right now that are running Israel, the European Jews over there, they are not the chosen people. Those are not the children of God. They are imposters, and I'm going to get into that. First, let's go to Revelation 2 and 9. Revelations 2 and 9. And let's go there. All right. 2 and 9. And it says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And right there, what it's saying is that I know that these people have stolen your identity. I know all the slaveries and all the different things that you've been through. And I know that you're going through desolate times. You're in poverty. You're at the bottom of society. But thou art rich, meaning you are special. You are the chosen people. You are the most godly people on this earth. Even though you're in a low state right now, you are the highest as far as being the most divine type people on this earth. And let's continue. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So I pose this question: who call themselves Jews today? Exactly. It's the so-called Jewish people over there in Israel right now that controls that land. A lot of people like to think that they are the chosen people, but they are not. Right here it says that which they call themselves Jews and are not. They are not the Jews. They are not the real Jews. And so I just wanted to bring that out. And so now, since that's saying that, then who are the real Jews? Well, let's see. Let's see who the real Jews are. So everybody know that Jew is a nickname for the tribe of Judah. Okay? If you didn't know that, now you know. Jew comes from Judah, which is a tribe of Israel. Okay? And so let's go to Jeremiah 14 and 2, and let's look at how these Jews looked. Let's go to Jeremiah 14. Let's go to Jeremiah 14 and 2. All right, Jeremiah 14 and 2. And this is the tribe of Judah we're talking about. All right. And Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground. Whoa. What? I thought color wasn't in the Bible, but it is. Color is in the Bible. And it's talking about the tribe of Judah. Let's read that again. Verse 2, Jeremiah 14. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. Plain as day, they are black. It says right there that the tribe of Judah are black. Point blank period. It says it right there. The tribe of Judah are black. These are black people. All right. And so now let's go to Revelation 5 and start at verse 2, because a lot of people think that Jesus was a white man, or Jesus was an Arab, or all this other nonsense. But you gotta understand, Jesus, or that's not his real name, as we know. Jesus is not his real name, or Yeshua, or Yahushua, whatever you like to call him. He is a black man. He's from the tribe of Judah, and I'm going to show you here in Revelation 5, verse 2, that he comes from the tribe of Judah. So we're going to read that right now in Revelation 5, starting at 2. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof. Verse 3. And no man in heaven nor on earth, neither under the heaven, or neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And verse 4. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And verse 5. And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. So right there it's talking about the Messiah. It's talking about Jesus or Yeshua. He's talking about the Son of God right here. It said he's the Lion of the tribe of Judah, from the root of David. He comes from the root of David. He comes from that Israelite lineage. He comes from that tribe, from the tribe of Judah. This is the Most High's Son. His only begotten Son. This is Jesus that we're talking about right here. He's the Lion of the tribe of Judah. And so, since we know he's the tribe of Judah, and it just said that Judah was black unto the ground. These are black people. Okay? Now, if you still don't believe me, let's go to the image of Jesus. Let's see how he looked. Let's see how Jesus looked. Or, like I said, Yeshua or Yahweh Shai. Let's see how he looked. Because like I said, that's not his real name. That's a made-up name. It derives from Greek. Jesus derives from Greek. And everybody know that Jesus was a Hebrew man. He's not a Greek man. He has a Hebrew name, not a Greek name. So let's keep that in mind. That's not his true name. All right. But let's go to his image. Let's go to Revelations. First, let's go to Revelations 1. Let's go to Revelation 1 and 13. Starting at verse 13. Let's start. And this is Revelation 1 and 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. So this was the clothing that he was wearing. Had the garments looking fly, with the gold on it. You know what I'm saying? And here's verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. So right there, it's telling you the texture as well as the color. So, because a lot of people like to say, well, he said his hair was white like wool. It's not actually wool. It says white. But why would he say white like wool and then say white as snow? It's like me saying your shirt is white as snow and it's white as cotton. It makes no sense. I'm repeating myself. So right there, that means his hair was woolly and it was white. So let me read that one more time so you can get it. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as flame of fire. So it's telling you that his hair is woolly and white. His eyes were like a flame of fire. He had, strong dark eyes. Verse 15, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. Brass is already brown. When you burn it in a furnace, it turns black, it turns dark. If his feet look like brass that is burnt, that means that God's only begotten Son had to be a black man if he has woolly hair and he's a dark-skinned man. Where does this Arab guy come from, or this white guy come from? It just described. Now let's go to Daniel 7 and 9. We can have more depictions of him, because Daniel had the same vision that John had. Daniel had the same dream, same vision of how Yeshua looked. Let's look. Daniel 7 and 9. Let's go. Daniel 7. Let's go to Daniel 7 and verse 9. Alrighty. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. The Ancient of Days is Jesus, okay? Whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. There it goes again, wool. His hair is wool. That's what it's saying right there. His hair is wool. It says, in the hair of his head like the pure wool. Pure wool. His hair is wool. Now let's continue again. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. Okay? So there that is, right there. It's telling you that his hair is woolly. Once again, he has the wool hair. Okay? Now let's go to Daniel 10 and 5. Let's go to Daniel 10 and 5. There's some more descriptions of him. Alrighty. Now, this is Daniel 10, verse 5. Then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz, or Uphaz. So it's describing the same garment. It's a white garment with gold on it. Alright? Now verse 6. His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. His arms and feet like polished brass, the same burnt brass that they was talking about in Revelations. The man was a black man, woolly hair, woolly afro, skin like you and me, Israel. But you let the church depict him as a white man. Where does this pale skin, long brown hair, blue-eyed man come from? Not the Bible. Caesar Borgia. That's who that's depicting right there. That's all fake. That's not the only begotten Son. That's not the Ancient of Days that it's talking about, man. That's all a lie. That's all a lie by our enemies. That is not the true depiction. And like I said, the chosen people, the chosen people can't be the so-called Jewish people that's in Israel. Because like I said, they're one of the richest nations on earth. They're not in poverty. They run the entertainment business, the sports, media. They run all that. They're not in poverty. They're not the chosen people. That's why Israel is in such shambles right now. Israel is not in peace. And a lot of people think Israel is in the Middle East. Israel is in Africa. It's in Northeast Africa. They tried to split Israel from Africa by using that man-made Suez Canal. That's a man-made canal. You can Google that yourself, and it will give it away. And it says that the canal is artificially made. A man cannot separate a whole place from a continent. You can't do that. You can't separate by your hands a whole place. You can't do that. It's still on Africa's tectonic plate. You can look at the maps. Israel is right there, still connected to Africa, Northeast Africa. And so